All right, let's see. Nick sent me this video. He wanted me to watch and get a reaction out of it. Let's see. Nope.
那坐在家里也能出车祸。他又觉得游戏中骑马射击差点意思，便又把。
Howdy, folks. Sensei here with another daily drop. Wow. The shit was that. Anyways, daily drop. Yep. Before I get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that gang stuff. The bell. Don't forget to hit the bell. Thank you guys for tuning into another one of my daily episodes. I got 3 stories for you today. I have Fable, I have Madden NFL 23, and God of War Ragnarok on the agenda for today. But without further ado, now, the first story I got for you guys is Fable senior producer reassures fans after worrying reports. This some way somehow flew under my radar, but a lot of the console gaming side of things, Twitter gaming, that's what I'm looking for. They've been talking about this, and somehow it went under my radar. Thanks to 100, actually, he brought this to my attention on one of his streams. But apparently there was some concerns that Fable is running behind, or something's like the development is in hell, or something like that with the games. What is it nowadays when it comes to Microsoft news, so on and so forth? But we all know the stories there. But no, look, it looks like one of the Fable senior producers, he reassures fans after where reports came out that don't worry. Let me read this from comicbook.com. News on the Fable front has been quiet as of late. Wait, excuse me. Let me read that again because I failed that one. News on the Fable front has been quiet as of late, with Xbox owners and fans of the franchise not hearing much about the reboot from Playground Games. At least not until some unofficial news about the game emerged this week. Reports about the Fable game suggested that the project had been scaled down due to difficulties pairing the game's mechanics with the Forza engine it's being developed on. Guys, it's a brand new engine that they're using, complete brand new engine that they're using for a game that hasn't used a kind of engine like this. So they're probably going to have some sort of, learning curve there and growing pains. So, maybe that story got taken out of context, but there's going to be some growing pains when it comes to new engine. And by the way, if you haven't developed a game in your life before, don't comment on these type of things. You sound weird. But let me continue reading here. Following those reports, I guess, a senior producer at Playground Games shared some insights into the game's development process to clear up any misconceptions people may have arrived at the base of the rumors. The recent talks about Fable originated from an XNC episode where host Gaz cited, I'm not familiar with that show, cited a source who said Fable had to be scaled down because the team had troubled with engine. Among other comments, it was also said that the team had difficulties with an open world mechanic. At this, and then the article keeps going on about Gaz, his comments and what he thinks about it, and he shared his thoughts. Here's the thing, like I said before, when it comes to brand new engines that even Forza is starting to use, and being used on a game that's supposed to be open world, there is going to be some growing pains there. Rest assured that those growing pains and those learning curves are being met. When you have executive producer come in and say things like this just to calm the nerves down of certain fans, it's crazy because it takes away from the development of the game. I miss the days where we cared about the game itself, just the game, just like enjoy what's being shown to us, what can be played, what's gonna be played, if it's gonna come out. Enjoy that whole thing. We're in an era now with social media and all the internet stuff where we're more in tune into the development cycle of a game. So when any little report comes out, negative or positive, we jump on that. As a content creator myself, I can appreciate that, but we need to understand that these games are being developed, and it takes a minimum of 5 years to develop any kind of game. Anything, whether it be a racing title, RPG, open RPG, or even a AA game, or indie game, it takes quite a few years for it to get to a point where you can play the game from point A to point Z, or B, or whatever letters you want to use. But yeah, it's those growing pains. I'm glad the producer came out and said that he had to do that. No, he didn't have to do that. But of course, you got certain fans who follow the news like that, and not so much the gaming side of it, not excited about it, but they're more into that side where it's like, oh, it's something's going wrong with it or something going bad with it, especially when it's Microsoft news. Let's not pretend that that's not a thing here. But I'm excited for it. The trailer we did get, which is the one I'm showing right here on the screen, is from last year's showcase, which showed off the CGI and and the concept of what the world's gonna look like. I'm excited to see if they're gonna show anything else. Hopefully, with the showcase coming up, hopefully they'll show something then. I'm excited. So let's see what they got coming out with Fable, and I am happy that the game is coming along just fine. Hopefully they'll show something very soon. Let me know in the comments. Now the next thing I want to talk about, this is real good news. I love this, man. I'm a big fan of Madden himself. Not necessarily the games. I'm not gonna cap like that, but just Madden himself and what he stood for, what he was about, and what he did in the league as a coach, as a player, as an announcer. Actually, he's the one person that got me into playing, video game football like Madden. Back when it was Madden Talk, back on the Genesis days and that sort of stuff, when you can hear Madden speak for the first time, sports talk, football, whatever it was. I enjoyed it. And he passed away last year. I'm happy that they did something like this. And it was coming, but that EA is doing a cover just to dedicate it to Madden, John Madden, and what it meant to its franchise, what it meant to football, what it meant to fans, So I'm gonna read a little bit here. Electronic Arts has today formally revealed Madden NFL 23 alongside the 3 different covers that will be released for the annualized football game this year. As many fans expected, EA has opted to honor the legacy of John Madden with NFL 23 after the franchise namesake passed away in late 2021. And while Madden's reappearance on the cover is a pretty big deal on its own, EA is going even further to recognize the iconic football guru. For the first time since Madden 2000, that's 22 years ago, that's a lot of years ago, we'll see Madden again himself on the cover. They actually are using the 2000 image they used from back in the cover on the 2000, and they're doing it like this. This is pretty neat. I like this. The full reveal will be tomorrow, June 2nd, but they showed us a snippet of what it's going to look like, Madden 23, and it's called the All Madden Edition. And this picture here you see with Madden holding the football was actually used back in the cover of 2000's Madden game. And I'm not sure why they don't have that picture there, but it was used on it is a picture from 2000's cover. But I'm happy. I'm excited that they did this. Again, Madden has been one of those people in the football world where it meant a lot for like a gamer like myself, where it introduced me to football, video game football on the Genesis and so on and so forth, playing it, for years and years. And it's a wonderful thing to see. The man, he meant a lot to the football world, to the fans, to the video game world. So I'm happy that they're doing this. But let me know what you guys think in the comments about this one. I think it's pretty neat. I might even just pick it up because it has Madden on the cover, man. That's pretty neat. All right, let me just sip my coffee. Yeah, I drink coffee. So anyways, my last bit of news here is God of War Ragnarok. If you guys follow me and have seen my podcast, you understand that God of War Ragnarok is one of my most anticipated games for PlayStation. I enjoyed the original trilogy the most, but I did like the one that was rebooted in 2018 as well. But the sequel to that is God of War Ragnarok, and it looks like there's some merchandise that has leaked that is suggesting that the game is still on track and it'll be coming out this year. This merchandise was scheduled to come out July of this year, July 2022. But then it was pulled back from the website that actually put it up there, suggesting that the merchandise, the marketing, the marketing wheel is going to start out for God of War. If you look at the directors and the creative directors of that game on Twitter, on their handle, if you go to their profile, it still says on track for 2022. And they've been reiterating that the game is still on track for 2022. So hopefully we get something soon. I mean, we have the PlayStation State of Play coming up on Thursday, which is tomorrow, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 3 o'clock Pacific. So maybe they'll surprise us with something there, amongst other stuff. It is a 30-minute show, so who knows what they're going to show off there. But hopefully sometime in June or sometime these summer months, it'll start showing us what God of War Ragnarok plays like, looks like, and if anything, a release date for it. So let me read a little bit from Comic Book like I always do. A new God of War Ragnarok leak may suggest that some news is coming very soon. God of War Ragnarok is one of the most anticipated games of 2022. And part of that is because fans have waited over 4 years for it at this point, which is that's 2018, that's a long time. The last game left fans with a major cliffhanger in 2020, and it was suggested they wouldn't actually have to wait much longer to find out what happened next. 4 years is not much longer, but like I stated earlier in this episode in this daily drop, that it does take it takes about 4 to 5 years for a game to get fully developed and in working state to play from start to finish. So 4 years, that's probably where it's right at the money right there. Sadly, Sony may have set some unrealistic expectations amidst the pandemic as they ended up delaying God of War Ragnarok a whole year to 2022. Now fans are patiently waiting to learn more about. But let's get to the part where I read it here. It says, earlier this week, a retailer known as Entertainment Earth posted some God of War Ragnarok merch that's slated to release in July 2022. It's nothing more than just some hats and socks, but would likely be released in the immediate lead up to the launch or on the back of a marketing push. I mean, here's some of the images. This is the tweet that the images that Wario64 tweeted out. But this is like literally pre-order with prices on it and some Ragnarok images. Yes, it's hats and socks, but still, you don't bring out something like this unless the marketing machine is about to start up, especially if you're dropping it in a month, which is July. That means that something's happening. So we'll probably get, again, in State of Play, we'll probably get some information on this, or sometime throughout the month of June, because June is a big month for gaming anyways, with all these showcases and State of Plays happening in the Summer Games Fest from Jeff Keighley. So let's see what's going to happen there, but I'm excited for this. Again, God of War is one of my favorite games on a PlayStation platform, the trilogy being the one that I enjoy the most. 2018 was really good, but it did leave us in a cliffhanger, and I can't wait to see what it finishes off in. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. But other than that, it is June. I'll leave you with this though. It is June, the month of my birthday, June 21st. So hopefully you guys will celebrate that with me. June 12th, we're probably gonna have a watch party either during or after the showcase, June 12th, Sunday. And it's Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, everybody. For those who celebrate that, happy Pride Month. But other than that, my name is Sensei for another daily. Happy fucking gaming, everybody. Fuck did I leave? My coffee.